Hello learners, I want us to look at the purchasing of food as we had earlier covered the purchasing procedure. I want us to look at the purchasing of food, and purchasing of food is very simple. So when you are purchasing, you have to establish what is the true cost of the item that you are purchasing, because when you go to the market, you also purchase. And when you purchase, you have to look at the true cost of the purchasing. So the true cost of purchasing, we get it when you deduct the delivery cost, you deduct the storage cost, you also deduct pre-production cost, production cost, and the labor cost. So if you deduct all of that, you are going to get the true cost of the purchasing, the item that you have purchased. So the price that you purchase from the market is not the true cost of that item. So you need to calculate it. So there are methods of purchasing food, and there are seven. There are main seven. So we have purchasing by a contract. And when you say you are purchasing through a contract, there are two types of contract. There is a specific period contract and a quantity contract. This is a specific duration, a certain time that you are going to deliver the items that we are requesting. So we say specific period contract. This is a method which cover a specific period of time, which aims at determining the source of supply and the price of goods for a stated period, often over 3 or 6 months. So it is about the specific, when it is talking about specific, talking about time. Then there is a quantity contract. Quantity, we are able to measure the contract using quantity using the kilos, liters, milliliters. So you set, you agree with the contractor. They are going to produce him to provide for you the quantity regardless of the fluctuation of the price. So there are important things that you are supposed to find in a contract, and if contract does not have that, it is not a contract. So the contract should include the period of contract. We are going to work from this time to this time. That is the period of the contract. And also estimated quantity, and they should be accurate. If we say 2 buckets of potatoes, let them remain 2 buckets of potatoes. Another thing is the purchase specification for the item. And we talked about purchase specification that you need. When you are writing the purchase specification, you have to give the exact color, the exact quality. So if you are differentiating red bananas and unripe bananas, you have to specify them, where you get them from. And there is also removal of any rejected items or food or goods. In case the supplier or the contractor provides you with them, goods are not satisfactory, that it should be indicated in that contract how you are supposed to return them to the contract, the supplier. You also power to purchase in default. This means in case the supplier does not supply you what you want, you can go and purchase from another supplier. So number 6, in a case of major disputes, the decision of an agreed body should be accepted. If there is an end dispute among the contractor and you, an agreed body should come and make you reconcile. And also number 7, prevention of corruption. If the supplier in any way is found to be corrupt, you have all the authority to reduce that contract and to cancel that contract. And also, the contract should show the place of delivery, where the items going to be delivered after they have been purchased. Invoice to be supplied within a specified period of time. When is the invoice going to be paid? When are you going to pay your products that you have delivered them to us? And also, service of notice to break the contract. There should be that service of contract to break the contract. So there is also advantages of purchasing in contract, because you're going to purchase in a contract is that contract leaves no chances for improper practices, because you stated and it is in a written book that this is what is supposed to be brought. Another thing is that food budgets can be estimated quite accurately, because you are planned and you are planned already, and you are given the contractor what you want and you know what to expect, so you can be able to calculate. Another thing is that discounts are obtainable because when you are negotiating, you request for a discount and the supplier will give you the discount. There is disadvantages of purchasing through a contract. That is, there is difficult in negotiating fine details. For example, the deliveries, those fine details, the major details can be discussed, but for the finer details, it will be a challenge. And also, in case of the price, the prices are not stable. We don't say mangoes today they were being sold at 10, tomorrow they'll be sold at 10 throughout the year. No, there is a price fluctuations. So in some cases, the prices can come down and you are still paying at the price that you agreed. Another thing is that there is difficulty in the organization, especially one is not certified yet. You have the contract period has not expired. So if the supplier supply with a poor contract and the contract has not ended, there is also a problem in that. So after purchasing through contract, which we have said there is a specific period contract and there is also quantity contract. We go to purchasing by market sheets, lists, or daily quotation sheets. When this is mostly for perishable foods that cannot last for a long time, so they are purchased daily, but it's not you. The supplier supplies them. They are called purchasing by market sheet or list of a day quotation sheet. And also there is purchasing by weekly or fortnight quotations. You buy through a weekly basis. This one is daily. You buy daily. From Monday to Friday, you are buying Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, up to Friday or Sunday, depending on the policies of the establishment, and also by weekly or fortnight. Weekly meaning you buy them through. After 1 week, you buy again. And there is also purchasing by cash and carry. This is commonly asked method of purchasing through cash and carry. Cash and carry, it is when you go to the market, the shopkeeper, you say, I want a permanent mark pen or a bond marker, and they tell you, give us the cash, then they give you the pen, and then you carry. That is cash and carry method of purchasing. And the advantages of buying through cash and carry. One, it allows smaller establishments to obtain food at a very competitive prices that they cannot be able to buy in wholesale or in bulk. Number two, the customer is able to see what they're buying. You can be able to visualize, you can be able to see, you can be able to touch what you are going to buy. Number three, and the level of expenditure may be kept low due to slow stock levels, the level of expenditure. Number four, the customer is able to see special displays of a particular food, covered products, and be able to test them because you are the one who has gone there. You can be able to see there is a new product in the market, so you will test it and eventually you buy it if you like it. And there are also disadvantages of buying cash and carry. That is, the caterer provides for our own transport and staff to collect items. No one will deliver those items to you. It is you and your staff to go and collect them and you deliver them. And also another problem is that you have to pay through cash for the items that you have purchased. And sometimes there is no discounts, especially in supermarkets. When you buy in supermarket, they don't give you the discounts. And also it is tempting, it can lead to impulse buying when we say that you can see special displays and you can be able to test them. So you can end up buying products that you did not plan for. So that is impulse buying. Another thing is that that's all about the purchasing through by cash and carry. Another method of purchasing is purchasing by paid reserve. When you say purchasing by paid reserve, this is used for particular important items on the menu to ensure continuity to supply. The caterer buys a large quantity of a commodity to cover the needs of a restaurant for several months ahead. Then there is a total supply. In total supply, you have only one person who is going to supply all the items to your establishment. So you don't have different suppliers. Only one supplier is going to supply everything that you need. And there is advantages for total supply that negotiation is done to one person. You are not going to negotiate to many suppliers. So you are not going to negotiate to only one supplier. And reduces the volume of paperwork because it is one supplier, so the paperwork will be limited, and also there is a fewer deliveries. Then there is also disadvantages. Disadvantage is that caterer is tied to one supplier. You will not receive items from another supplier because you chose that one, so that is the supplier who is going to supply you with those items. And also prices may not be competitive as when using several suppliers. Why? Because suppliers will be competing when there are many. So one can reduce to lower the prices so that he or she can be accepted. So if the supplier realizes he or she is the only one person supplying that, he will keep the prices as high as he wants. And also, the last method of purchase is the cost plus. The cost plus, when we are talking about the cost plus, is what happens especially in the public institutions or in the hospitals, where this is method used in a welfare sector. The establishment agrees to pay an approved supplier an agreed percentage, often to 10%. This percentage would include the cost of handling delivery charges and a profit element for the supplier. What do we mean by the cost plus? When we talk about the cost plus, we are looking at you go to the market, you buy the items at a price, the buying price, you deliver them at a buying price. If the kg of sugar is being sold at 1 kg, is being sold at 100 shillings, you go buy them at 100 shillings. Then when they'll be paying you, they'll pay you through 10 to 12%. They'll calculate your payment in that way. So that is the cost class, and we've said mostly happens in the welfare sectors. In the welfare sectors, we said it is those establishments that provide welfare services to them, people, or to the guests, or to the students, and the main aim is not to make a profit. Thank you very much. Enjoy, and I hope you're going to also to read more. Thank you.